Guys, this is a friendly reminder to us to the fact that perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. What do I mean? When you're habitually optimistic about something, you create results. Okay, now let me try to explain this from a physics perspective. Now, in physics, we all know atoms are made of protons, neutrons, and electrons, and everybody knows this basic physics that every particle, be it ion, be it water, be it whatever, be it the paper you hold in your hand, they are made of atoms. Now, if we leave this classical physics for a moment and go below these atoms, now quantum physics, which is a deeper aspect of physics, lets us to understand that there are some other particles, quarks, leptons, mesons, and so many other things that sound strange. Because, actually, quantum physics is a very strange world. In fact, I think one of the wise quotes by Niels Bohr, one of the founders of quantum physics, was that when you read quantum physics for the first time and you understand everything, then you have not understood anything. That means you don't know anything, because the quantum realm behaves very different from the big or the classical realm or the classical physics. Now, what am I trying to say? At this level of quarks, leptons, mesons, and all that, modern day science has come to realize that these things are not a thing in themselves. Rather, they are an energy field. Just like an electrical field, they are fields, energy fields. I think this is the reason why in science it's said that if all the atoms of all the humans on Earth are condensed together, it won't be bigger than the football stadium. I think something like that. But this means that at the quantum level, these things are a field. Now, what is the energy behind field? That energy I see to be thought. Now, in the early days of quantum physics, or in the early days of physics in our modern world, talking about the 1920s, 30s, scientists came to a discovery. And that discovery is that the presence of somebody within a place can affect the electromagnetic field in that place and affect the experiments that they were conducting. Because, in the scientific processes, you make a theory, analysis, hypothesis, then you experiment on it. Now, if you experiment on something under the same conditions and you achieve a result, and that same experiment is repeated somewhere else under the same or similar conditions, and you achieve a result, then you can say that this is scientifically correct. Now, but what the scientists came to realize is that when certain people who doubt their theories or who doubt their hypothesis are in the presence of their experiment, it drastically changes the experiment. In fact, as a matter of fact, I saw it somewhere that a lot of scientists never liked Albert Einstein to come close to their lab, because whenever he came close to their lab, the result of the experiment was drastically changed. Now, what does this mean? It means that mind is above matter. Mind influences matter. If I go a little bit religious, in religion we're told that without faith it is impossible to please God. Where does faith come? How does faith come? Faith is an energy that you create, that you generate. We're made of trillions of cells. Each of these cells generate electricity. In fact, scientifically has been proven that the amount of electricity in our body at every given time can light a bulb. So there is an electrical field that we generate through our thoughts that has the capacity to affect these subatomic particles, or these particles of atoms as we know them. Now, what does this mean? We have the capacity to create life to the way we want it. That means if you want your future to change, you have to change your thoughts. You have to be perpetually optimistic. You have to believe that you can do it. Now, when you believe, you create that energy, you create that electrical energy that attracts the people, the resources, and the manpower you need for you to achieve what you're working towards. Because there are universal laws in operation, and one of those universal laws is that energy follows thought. Secondly, success follows thought. When you think of a thing, you work towards it, success comes. If you put in the right effort, it doesn't matter whether that thing is good or bad. That's why we have people that are using their intellectual capability to create bombs that when you throw a bomb, hundreds of thousands of people die at once. But the universe does not understand whether it's right or wrong. All the universe understands that it wants to create a bomb and it gives you the bomb. Today we have nuclear missiles. We have a lot of things that can end life as we know it today, or that can make this planet uninhabitable for the next millions of years. These things were created by human mind. Now, what is the energy behind that? I don't know, and I may not be able to get into that now. But the point I'm trying to let you know is that perpetual optimism is a force multiplier. When you believe in yourself, when you create the faith that you need, when you visualize the success you desire, you have created in the spiritual realm what is needed to manifest in the physical, because the spiritual controls the physical. And let's not forget that man is a spirit. We're not flesh. And we're placed in a garden before we're chased out of the garden. And now we're wherever, I don't know, whether it's hellfire or whatever, I don't know. But the original plan was a garden. A garden is made perfect by creativity. When you allow a garden without tendering to it, it becomes a bush. For you to tend to the garden, you have to be creative. So the creativity in us is what manifests as the energy of perpetual optimism. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that you can make it work. The Chinese say that it is man that makes the way great, not the way making man great. So in whatever you are doing, you need to have that faith. You need to have that optimism. You need to have that mind. You need to be able to generate the electrical energy needed to affect the subatomic particles of creation, of life. Because the next expectation of creation awaits your revelation. The revelations of the sons of God, or the sons of a higher power, or the sons of the energy that animates creation. Now you become that son when you do according to the will of the Father, which is in you, which is found in your greatness, in your talent, in your potentials, in your capability. Because to whom much is given, much is expected. And if you outswam over 100 million sperms just to fertilize an egg, then there's a purpose for your life. So be perpetually optimistic about life. Believe that a way will be created where there seems to be no way. Just have the faith. Visualize it. Think it. Don't allow anybody to tell you it won't work. It will work. As long as you're doing what is good, it will work. Because that's the stuff from which life is made of. Your visions, your goals, your dreams, your aspiration will work if you work on them. Okay, so develop that perpetual optimism. There's no one-size-fits-all method of developing optimism, but optimism is a learned process. You can listen to tapes, motivational talks, you can read books, you can talk with intelligent people or positive people. Find a way to re-inspire yourself and keep the fire of your motivation burning. But the most important thing, be perpetually optimistic about life. When you're optimistic, you will make wonders. You will achieve great results. You will achieve what you never thought you could do. Because that's the stuff you're made of. You're greater than you know. You're more than a champion. You're more than conquerors. And you can do what your mind has never even conceived. Okay? So let's all remember that from 2023 and above and beyond, be perpetually optimistic, because you can achieve that vision, that goal, that dream, that project. It's going to be a success. I believe in you. I believe in humanity. And I believe we can create a better world via the manifestations of the success that is within us as potentials. You can do it. Okay? So believe in yourself and sail on. Get to the highest height. Let the sky be your springboard to success. Cheers.